Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a seriously spooky legend from the mountains of Shimla. It's all about a place called Chudail Baudi, or as it's more chillingly known, the Ghost Well. So what happens when a ghost story stops being just a story and becomes terrifyingly real? Let's jump right into the heart of it. We're going to meet a man named Nilam, who's trapped in a nightmare he just can't shake, and it's about to spill over into his real life. Okay, so picture this. You're Nilam. You're suddenly standing in this dark, silent forest. It's the middle of the night, and you have no clue how you even got here. You know that feeling? The air is just heavy with dread. He's trying to find his way out, and then this strange smell cuts through the damp, earthy air. It's not pine or wet leaves. It's the unmistakable scent of rose perfume. And right away, that cold, creepy thought hits him. Maybe he's not alone out here. And just as that thought pops into his head, he hears something. It's a woman's laughter, kind of faint at first, echoing between the trees. Then comes another sound, and this one is chillingly clear. The jingle of anklets. And they're getting closer. He's absolutely frozen in place, right? Just too scared to even turn around. And that's when he feels it, this heavy weight on his shoulder. He peeks down, and what he sees is this gnarled black claw with these long, sharp nails. Of course, he just screams and runs for his life. He's in a total panic, trips over something, and just smashes into the ground. But as he looks up, he sees it. This horrifying shadow is crawling out of an old, broken-down well. It lunges right for him, grabs his face with its claws, and he just screams himself awake. He's drenched in sweat. It's the same nightmare. Again. So, the big question is, where did this nightmare even come from? What's really fascinating is how it all began. To figure that out, we've got to rewind things by about a month, back to before all this terror started leaking into his real life. All right, so let's meet our guy, Nilam. He's a writer from the crazy hustle of Delhi, and he's escaped to the peaceful hills of Shimla. Why? To get some peace and quiet and finally finish his novel. He's a pretty rational dude, loves exploring the scenic hills, and, importantly, he does not believe in ghosts. Not one bit. So one evening, he's out for a walk, and he just happens to stumble across this old, kind of isolated well. Turns out, it's a place the locals only talk about in whispers. They call it Chudail Baudi, which translates to the ghost well. As he gets closer to this well, he meets this unbelievably beautiful girl. He's curious, so he asks her about the place, and she tells him this incredibly tragic story. Apparently, centuries ago, a super jealous Englishman murdered his wife and dumped her body right inside that well. And now, her restless spirit haunts the area, just luring people in. Now, Nilam, he's totally charmed by this girl. He just brushes off her story as, some old local folktale. So he starts visiting her at the well every single day. But this does not go unnoticed. The local villagers see what's happening, and they decide they need to intervene. And this is really where you see the two worlds collide, right? You got Nilam, the city guy, the skeptic, who's sure it's all just a harmless story. But then you have the villagers who are genuinely terrified. They're trying to warn him, saying, no, she's a deceptive spirit. She traps souls. Her being here is going to cause a disaster. The villagers are so intense with their warnings that it actually spooks him. So, kind of reluctantly, he agrees to stop visiting the well. And well, that's when the real nightmare begins. See, if he won't go to the spirit will come to him. Almost immediately, his health just takes a nosedive. It's like the life is literally being drained right out of him. Those nightmares we talked about, they're back every single night. That smell of rose perfume is now in his room. He feels this chilling presence watching him while he sleeps. And the crazy part? He goes to doctors, but they have no idea what's wrong. All they can find is that he's a little anemic. He's at his wit's end, and his caretaker finally realizes, okay, this is not some normal sickness. So as a last desperate shot, he takes Nilam to a local sage, a man they call the Pahad Wale Baba, basically the wise man of the mountains. And the Baba, he confirms their absolute worst fears. He says a powerful spirit has latched onto Nilam and is literally sucking the life out of him. And what's worse, the coming night
is a new moon, and that's the night the spirit plans to take complete control of his body. Their only shot is to perform a super dangerous midnight ritual to try and force it out. So the ritual starts, and Nilam's body just starts to contort in these unnatural ways. And then this ancient, terrible voice starts speaking through him. It says, "You can't remove me from this body. This is my vessel." It even threatens to kill all of them once it's done drinking his blood. Just terrifying. The whole thing is just this intense struggle. The spirit is clever, too. It even tries to trick Neelam's friend into breaking the protective circle around them. But after this really violent showdown, the Baba finally manages to overpower the entity. He draws that dark shadow right out of Neelam's body and traps its essence inside of a coconut. That coconut is then thrown into a sacred fire and destroyed. And just like that, the immediate threat is gone. Neelam is saved. He actually recovers pretty quickly and gets back to his life in Delhi. But the story isn't quite over. See, here's the thing. The Baba saved an alam's life, no doubt. He broke the spirit's hold on him. But what he couldn't do was destroy the source of the evil itself. The curse of Chudail Baudi, the curse on the ghost well, is still there. It was never broken. And that leaves us with one last, really haunting question, doesn't it? Because people in Shimla, the locals, they say that even today, if you're there at just the right time, in the twilight, you can still see a beautiful girl standing by that abandoned well, just patiently waiting for her next curious, unsuspecting visitor.